Setting boundaries is not mean. Other people are going to see it as mean, as rude, as selfish, as you're changing. People call it selfish and call you selfish when they just say it. They say that to make you feel bad. When actually it's self-love. Like, why don't they say, oh, you're loving yourself, you're putting time into you, into your dreams, into this and that, when not wanting to hang out with somebody or not wanting to do this. Instead, they say, oh, you're being selfish. Like, no. Don't think you're being selfish. I mean, in a way, it's like, in a way you are, but it just makes it sound bad. You're just loving yourself. You're taking care of yourself and you are doing you. Don't pay attention to what these people are saying. Who cares what they say? You keep working on you and you focus on you and set those boundaries, because that is a form of self-love. That is a form of self-respect. That is a form of self-care. Protecting yourself, protecting your energy. You don't want to be called some certain names. Say that. If you don't want somebody to do something to you, it goes towards anything with anything. And you can say after they do it, or it depends on the situation. Like, let's say with physical. If you prefer a handshake over a hug and somebody gives you a hug, already you could be like, hey, for next time, I just prefer a handshake. A hug is a little bit too much for me. Like, that's fine, and I've said that to people. Or when they are reaching in towards a hug, because people might hug you from behind or like sneak up on you, just let them know, like, hey, don't sneak up on me like that, And if they are reaching in for a hug, stick out your hand. That kind of lets them know. And if they kind of don't get the picture, or if you just want to let them know, be like, hey, you're letting them know in advance. I prefer a handshake. A hug is, whatever. You don't even have to really explain yourself, over explain. Just say, hey, I prefer a handshake. And it's whatever you prefer. Shit, if you don't prefer a hug, you don't fucking prefer a hug. If you prefer a handshake, you prefer a handshake. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? If people don't respect your boundaries, they just don't respect you. Remove yourself from that situation. You don't have to explain yourself or over explain. Don't invest your time into that. When I say how I don't do jokes, that's a boundary of mine. Don't insult me jokingly. Like, I just don't do jokes. If you're going to keep joking like this, I'll leave the conversation, or I'll just, distance myself from that person or whatever. And they're like, oh, but it's just a joke. Like this and that, this and that. I'm just like, look, I'm not going to explain to you. You don't have to explain. I don't prefer it. And if you do, good for you. Go joke with other people who do jokes. I just don't do jokes. You can't joke with me. There's just nothing to joke about. Like, there really ain't. I ain't joking about life. Jokes are stupid and they're useless. There's no meaning to jokes. Like, people insult jokingly, just put a JK after. No, you fucking mean that insult. Like, don't play. Don't interact with that. Don't interact with that energy, with that negativity, with that toxicity. I don't get mad if they try to explain this and that about jokes. I'm just like, dude, I just ignore it. Like, I don't give a fuck. If you really want to joke, go fucking joke with somebody else. Just not with me. I don't do jokes. I'm not gonna get mad about it. People, if they want to joke, they joke. Go joke with other people. I just don't do it. That's not my vibe. It's fucking like negativity. I'm positivity, boo. Like, I'm just gonna interact with positive people, no negative people. I'm not gonna tell you where I'm coming from like that. Especially if you're opposite views. I love different perspectives. I'll hear to a different point of view, but not when people are trying to make it seem like they're right. People literally say, oh, I'm going to change your point of view. Just listen to me. No. When people are like that, it's like those people feel like they are in control, like they have power, like they are right. No, you're not. And I'm not saying I'm right. I'm not saying I'm wrong. You just have a different view, a different belief, a different point of view, and so do I, and that's fine. I'm just gonna do me. You do you. Go with other people that are similar to you. I'm gonna go with people that are similar to me, and that's just the way it is.